Hello and welcome to a side play by me, GamerWolfSix of Fallout New Vegas. On the previous Let's Play, I guess we don't really need to say it, but might as well while we're getting there, we did something with the Brotherhood of Steel and then talked to the Boomers and did some stuff with them. And for this side play, we're gonna go talk with Cesar, because if I bring Boone, which I'm planning to do for the actual Let's Play, if you see it, it's gonna be a shoot on sight kind of thing. Because while Arcane Ganon doesn't like, the Legion, Boone really doesn't like the Legion. And I thought it would be a bit of a shame not to talk to Cesar, you know? Sup?
I'll wait. Are you ready to head up?
Okay.
The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat.
Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity, but I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains. Very optimistic of you.
By order of Cesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
Sure, coming with me?
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
As I never did that DLC. The only DLC I did was the one where we go to the Sierra Madre and it's a heist thing. But as far as I know, the Burn Man is basically one of Caesar's best dudes. But then I guess he lost the battle at Hoover Dam, and then Caesar's like, "You lost this one important battle." So, like with most movie villains and stuff like that, I'm going to kill you / attempt to kill you by like set him on fire and knock him off a cliff. Because usually that's how you kill a person. I mean, it's not like that. Ooh, I was afraid it was gonna crash again.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy just decimating this entire camp, but unfortunately it doesn't, kill all the Legion. But like Heroic Kenshin, Samurai X. I always thought it was Samurai X, but I guess that was just Trinidad, where, I first kind of got into anime.
You must enter Cesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Okay.
You must enter Cesar's...
Okay, wait, here?
Okay. Just...
And I guess you too? Oh, let's check.
You must enter Cesar's...
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
I mean, we won't get much of him if we, just kill him.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion.
And I will soon.
And yet you dare come before me. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Cesar. What were you thinking?
I don't know. And shoot you eventually. You guaranteed my safety, I guess. Death to tyrants. Yeah, we're gonna make our way here, not just come here and then start killing them. Granted, that would be pretty cool.
And you fell for that? Really? Because I'm going to have you killed now. Relax. I'm fucking with you. You do know why I wanted to meet you, right?
No.
A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave? You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
I wish it was that easy in real life. That's the thing about video games. You can do amazing things like get a job easily and work hard and go up the ranks and get lots of money and buy a house.
The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
Do I actually have to punch that corpse?
I have eyes and ears everywhere. It behooves me not to invade the West blind and deaf. It hasn't been hard to track your progress. It's not as though you've been keeping a low profile.
Yeah, I've been killing lots of people.
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried. I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
Aren't you going to talk to me about your ideologies?
We'll talk again when you've destroyed whatever is down in that bunker. Not before.
Do I have to do anything?
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
If I let him go on my own thing and then killed Cesar, but whatever.
Did I say I blame society? I know why I'm here, baby. Do you? Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go? Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig? Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you'd get to decide. So which way you leaning?
Do you have a preference?
Yeah, to die in my sleep at a ripe old age after a marathon session of hey-hey with 30 sex-starved broads. You'll set that up? Look, I ain't a harbor for illusions. I ain't expecting to get out of this shindig alive. That's why I'm trying to hand you my scheme, baby. It's called having a legacy. I know, so many options.
Okay, boy.
Ta-ta.
I guess maybe I could just run right through the bunker and then come back and be like, hey, Cesar! Ideologies, cause apparently you're not talking to me right now.
What a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy?
You weren't even there.
A fair point. But from the perspective of someone west of the Colorado, the man is clearly out of his mind. Maybe he didn't intend for things to wind up this way. But that doesn't mean he needs to perpetuate this bizarre anachronistic myth. And it doesn't mean that we should sit by and nod our heads at every absurd, faux Roman casus belli he can dream up. He's a tyrant, the bad kind, and there's no way we're letting him take Hoover Dam.
Okay, come with me.
Lead the way.
I'm just gonna run over there, because apparently butts. I was hoping to have him talk at me for a bit, not just be like, here's your fucking chip, here's that guy that shot you in the head, you can do things, now use the chip on the fucking thing that I can't blast open. Fucking.
None may enter without Cesar has permitted your weapons to be returned.
Alright.
Cesar is...
Chippy thingy. That was a really weak thing. This will be a good thing to show me what's going on in here. This house?
Well, you're here ahead of schedule. This is where I wanted you to end up.
That's a really
after
small
all.
console.
I knew I could rely on Cesar to give you back the platinum chip.
Yeah.
The platinum chip unlocked. Hence, Benny was captured or killed. Possibly by you, but by my estimates, far more probably by Cesar. Hence, Cesar wants you to destroy. But that's not going to happen, because you're going to work for me. It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a kind of barracks. You'll understand.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye? Is that some kind of joke? That's rather obvious. The platinum chip is a data storage. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be good.
What's up with this tiny ass thing?
Bandaging skills are a little rusty.
Hostile target detected.
Just run right through here. Yeah, ooh. Nice. I don't want to do this stuff. Yeah, one more time. But with feeling. Yeah, screw it. We'll just run right past him, because I'm not doing this for actual thing.
This is now the free fire zone. Continue resistance.
Jesus.
Firing weapons.
Probably not that one. This was a bad idea. Seriously? Let's heal. Damn, there looked well. Then it's like, oh hey, here's all these upgraded robot dudes. Which you might do, just because reasons.
Your work here is done. You have a very bright future ahead of you.
Well, that guy does seem very charismatic. What? Okay. I am working for, like, good guy
You've
stuff.
carried out Cesar's...
Okay.
Well, you've carried out Cesar's will.
Okay. The thing that I don't understand is how these guys are able to have an army that can fight in, like, let's say these guys are in the thousands. Where do they find all that football equipment? You know? Because these guys are outfitted with football equipment.
I'm looking forward to getting sent across the river.
You guys up?
You must enter Cesar's tent.
What the fuck are they? You kidding me?
Okay.
Also, that's a weird thing. The back of his tent, like, everything around it is metallic and stuff and somewhat hard to get around. Okay, I guess also the front's made out of cloth. I'd be like, boy, the place where Cesar would probably be alone by himself seems largely undefended by anything except cloth, you know? I'd assume he'd sleep here. Oh yeah, there's his bed. Why don't you just, like, put a knife through that cloth and you're good?
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done.
Sure.
There are rewards for doing as I command.
Experience.
Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution. Unless you want to perform it yourself.
Can I set him free?
You need to work on your bloodthirst. We won't speak again until Benny is dead. Walk away if you want, but if you do, he's going up on a cross. You're still making a choice.
I mean, he did shoot me in the head and turn me from a courier into a one-man killing machine.
So, all this time, the old man had an entire army on layaway? Clever player. Just imagine the look on Baldy's face when those Securitrons come pouring out on Judgment Day. I'd pay to have that bronze. So all you gotta do is talk to Yes Man. Figure out how to set things in motion. Make Vegas a town I would have been proud of, baby. Let it swing. I see. And how's that gonna happen? Don't do that, baby. Not crucifixion. I could be up there for days with those twisted creeps laughing and pointing. You sick, vindictive fuck!
I disappear. Yeah, okay.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying.
So did we just wait
Let's
for that
press
amount of
on,
time?
shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you. What did you want? My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent. Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years.
Is he the guy that, like, if I kill this guy, he's the final boss?
What else? I'll hand it to that piece of shit. He was determined. He used some kind of old-world stealth device to get across the river in a Legion boat. Seems the device ran out of juice once he got here, but he was dressed like a legionary. He was caught just outside the weather station. See, thing is, he didn't change his hairstyle. To go to all that effort and fail because you're too vain to mush your hair. He was brought before me along with the platinum chip. That's how I knew he wasn't some kind of profligate infiltrator. Benny tried to sell me a story, but Lucius has a way of coaxing the truth out of captives. Everything just comes spilling out.
Let's talk about something else.
Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship? Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love.
Was she good at her job?
So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength.
So wait, you said they're not good because democracy bad, but then democracy and stuff.
Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners.
I need to remember to kill that guy.
Citizens.
Or whatever.
The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable.
I agree with that, and I feel that kind of these days, but then for this game, the alternative slave owning, raping, murdering kind of people are definitely at the bottom of the list.
Of course, the most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado. It's not going to happen again. That's all I have to say about it. Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe. He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
I guess that's the boss that appears if this guy dies. Or when.
Linnaeus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio. It means decimation, but in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning, a punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
I think I remember hearing something like that on YouTube, but I don't remember if it's beaten to death.
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado. And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Cesar. Change the subject.
Let's talk about something else. Up.
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy.
God, we got infighting corruption just rampant these days.
It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world, a society that could and would survive, a society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana. It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all costs. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production.
Maybe for the Romans, for that, but like, I can't say I'm a big history on Roman stuff, but I think I remember Rome being like, hey, you can have your own culture and religion as long as, you know, you guys fight for Rome, you obey basic Roman law, but you also have your own laws because you're somewhat autonomous. You pay money to Rome, you know, stuff like that. I don't think Rome went, hey, all these other countries, you have to live by exactly our law and exactly our culture.
No. I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity. How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books.
Heck.
The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis.
Damn it!
Which inherently
I hate
contains
theses.
or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable.
I'm gonna kill this
But
guy.
the resolution of the conflict
Don't
yields
remind me of
something new,
theses.
a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas. The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic: extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well, from a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
Something else. Tell me about the regional
I've
powers.
analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me.
Heck. Raise the power,
Ironically,
and then
I
I'll
became
kill
a
him.
profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge. Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended. When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time. If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects, Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight. The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps. I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics.
How do you know all this stuff
If there's anything I learned
anyways?
as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
Okay, free time stuff.
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books. Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Cesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me back west, with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus. That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my legion will have its Rome.
Okay.
What else then? Complete your mission.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of this side play. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please comment. Alright. Because like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube, like, see, grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos up and grow. Oh, you're not going to shoot me? Okay. And please remember to spay or neuter your animals, help control the pet population. And until next time on Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix of Fallout New Vegas. See ya.